The last Halloween party. The old Hawthorne mansion had been empty for decades, until tonight. No one in town remembered who sent the invitations. Only that the gold lettering shimmered like candlelight. One night only. Costumes required. Rain slicked the cobblestone drive as cars rolled up one by one. Inside, the grand foyer glowed with orange lanterns and the smell of cinnamon and smoke. Music pulsed from unseen speakers, an old jazz tune warped by static. Guests laughed, adjusted masks, and complimented each other's costumes. There was Avery in her witch hat, Ben with his vampire cape, Mia, the skeleton bride, and half a dozen others from town. They toasted to the best Halloween ever as the host. A tall man in a silver mask raised a crystal glass. "Drink to the night that never ends," he said. The guests cheered. The drink tasted strange, sweet, metallic, like candy and copper, but it was Halloween, after all. Everything tasted a little weird tonight. The clock struck 10. The chandeliers flickered. Someone laughed about the power, and everyone moved to the ballroom. The night blurred into laughter, dancing, and more rounds of that shimmering punch. Every time someone's glass emptied, it somehow filled again. No one asked how. Ben was the first to stumble. He said the room was spinning. Then Avery fainted near the piano. One by one, laughter turned to coughing. The jazz warped into slow, broken notes. Mia tried to call for help, but her phone had no signal, only static that whispered, "Stay." The silver-masked host stood at the center of the chaos, unmoving. "Don't be afraid," he said softly. "The night isn't over yet." Then the lights went out. When Avery woke, sunlight streamed through the windows. Her head throbbed. The mansion looked untouched. No broken glasses, no spilled drinks. It's just the faint smell of smoke and sugar. Ben was at the buffet table, joking about how wild the night had been. Mia laughed. Someone put on music. The same old jazz tune began to play again. Avery glanced at the clock. It's 10 p.m. exactly where it had been when they toasted. But first, no one noticed. Everything seemed the same, just déjà vu, until Avery realized the punch bowl was already full. Until Ben told the same joke, word for word. Until the silver-masked host appeared again, lifting his glass. "Drink to the night that never ends." She tried to stop him, but her hand froze halfway. Her body moved on its own, smiling, laughing, drinking. It was like her voice had been pulled away from her, locked behind glass. And again, the metallic taste. Again, the laughter. Again, the collapse. And they woke up once more. Same sunlight, same smiles, same clock. Avery ran to the door. Locked. The windows braked up behind the curtains. Outside, the world shimmered like a painted backdrop. She screamed, but no sound came. The others didn't even react. They poured drinks, danced, repeated lines she'd already heard a dozen times. Ben turned toward her, eyes hollow now, smile fixed in place. "Relax," he said. "It's just a party." That night, if it could be called night anymore, Avery cornered the silver-masked host by the fireplace. "Why are we here?" she asked. He tilted his head. "You wanted the night to last forever," he said. "And now it does." He lifted his mask. For an instant, his face was every face she'd seen that night. Ben's, Mia's, her own, blurring together like smoke. "We dance," he whispered, "because we never stopped." Avery tried again to break the pattern, spilling the punch, smashing glasses, screaming, but each time the lights flickered, the music reset, and the guests began to arrive once more, smiling and alive. Now she stands in the doorway, every loop beginning exactly the same. New guests sometimes appear, curious locals who heard stories of the party in the old mansion. They laugh, they drink, and before long, they join the dance. The clock always strikes 10. The jazz always plays. And somewhere beneath the laughter, the silver-masked host whispers, "Drink to the night that never ends." Because at the Hawthorne Mansion, it never does. You survived this story, but will you survive the next? Subscribe and find out.